What's going on, people, and welcome to my match preview and my starting 11 for tonight's game. 5th round FA Cup knockout against West Ham. Manchester United versus West Ham at Old Trafford. 7:45 kickoff. I expect us to win. As simple as that. Prediction, I'm going to say 1-0 tonight. I think we need to rotate. I don't think Ten Hag will rotate massively, but as long as we make a few changes, I'll be happy with that. I would go with quite a few, to be honest. I'll get into my lineup in a minute. West Ham looks like they're turning their fortunes around in the last few weeks, picking up a few draws and obviously beating Forest 4-0. I don't think a lot of people would have predicted that. Even if they'd have won, they wouldn't have said by 4 goals. It looks like Bowen's coming back a little bit. Rice in the midfield, obviously. They're not easy to play against. At Old Trafford, even though we're at home, they could be difficult for us, but I don't expect us to lose the game. So even if it takes extra time or penalties, which I don't think it will, I'm going for us to get another win and progress into the quarterfinals. So I'm going to go 1-0. But as I said, I think he needs to rotate tonight quite a bit because of the game coming up against Liverpool at the weekend. A massive, huge game that could really dictate on where we both finish, Liverpool and United, when the season ends, because Liverpool have had a torrid season, really, and it's an opportune time to play them. And going to Anfield, I'm not scared. I'm confident, and I think we will win. I'll be doing a preview for that separately, but I do think we'll beat them. So I do think it's important that we have our best players fit and ready to go for that game. So bearing that in mind, that's why I've changed my lineup quite a bit. I'm going with David De Gea. I'm going with Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, who I just want to shout out because I'm not a massive fan of him, but I can give credit when it's due. And I think the last month or so, when he's featured and played, he's been in contention to take Delo out of his place, and he has done on time. So I think at the moment he's actually in front of Delo in terms of performance levels. So I would go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka in this, and depending on how he does in this one, potentially play him against Liverpool. Varane and Martinez I would keep as the centre-backs. You could maybe play Lindelof and Maguire, or one of them, and with either Varane or Martinez, and rest one of them, but I think it's important to keep the core of your squad there as much as you can, and they might be a little bit tired going into that Liverpool game if they play tonight, but at the same time, it makes sure that they're ticking, do you know what I mean? They're not going into it without playing for a little bit, and I know it's only a few days away anyway, so it's not like they're not going to be playing for like a month and then have to get thrown in at Anfield. But I would keep it Varane and Martinez to guarantee that win tonight. Malacia, left back, I think Luke Shaw deserves a rest, and I think take a little bit more risks, as I've said in previous videos, with the wing backs and who you bring in and out more than the centre backs. So I'd go Malacia. And then 2 in midfield, Casemiro and Sabitzer. I think Sabitzer deserves to start, and I think Fred's been doing well recently at times, not always consistent, but I'd like to see how Sabitzer plays with Casemiro from the start. Sancho on the right, ahead of Anthony for me, because Anthony has been improving recently a little bit, but he's a bit inconsistent too for me, and he's a bit wasteful at times. So I think Sancho's looked quite good since he's come back in little glimpses we've seen of him. And as I said, for rotating and that, if you're going to play Anthony against Liverpool, which I think Ten Hag probably will, I think Sancho should start tonight if that's the case. So Sancho on the right, Bruno at 10 for me. I think he's probably one of the only players in the team that you can't really drop, apart from the centre-backs, because he's vital to us and we don't really have anyone there to replace him and do what he does. So Bruno at 10, Garnacho on the left for me, because Rashford didn't look fit to me against Newcastle the other day in the cup final. So I'd have to take this opportunity to rest Rashford for this game tonight and have him more ready for the Liverpool game at Anfield, because he's going to be vital. So I'd put Garnacho on the left, and I'm going to go with Weghorst up top because we don't really have any other options. And I think he did well in the cup final. I don't think he really gets injured too much. So, yeah, I would start Weghorst and start him at Liverpool as well. So that is my lineup. As I said, prediction is going to be 1-0. I'll even go one step further and predict my scorer for tonight. I'm going to go for Bruno to get the winner. I'm going to go 1-0 Bruno, whether that's from open player or penalty or a free kick. Bruno Fernandes for me. 1-0 win into the quarterfinals. And we dispatch West Ham. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, if you don't already know and you haven't seen it. I did drop a new player versus player yesterday onto the channel which was Saka versus Rafinha. So go over and check that if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribing, sharing the videos to your friends that haven't subscribed, and also you're giving a thumbs up on the videos. Appreciate everyone supporting. See you guys soon.